Parramatta isn't the typical place you'd search for threatened species, but sometimes we share our urban spaces with some truly remarkable residents. We're fortunate enough to have a camp of threatened grey-headed flying foxes near the Saving Our Species central office.
So the grey-headed flying fox, sometimes referred to as a fruit bat, is Australia's largest bat species. Flying foxes come together during the day and stay in what we refer to as flying fox camps or flying fox roosts. They are a nocturnal species, meaning they spend all night foraging, finding food to eat, and then they come back to these sites to sleep, but also to socialise with one another. So they're a highly social species, meaning that any time that they're going to interact with one another, be it for breeding purposes or any other interactions, it has to be in one of these sites. So flying foxes are nectivorous and frugivorous, which basically means they eat nectar and fruit. The fruit component is actually not the fruit flesh itself. They're actually just chewing it up to squeeze out all the juices and drinking that. Flying foxes are arguably, not that I'm biased, arguably the most important pollinators we have in Australia because they are able to disperse pollen over a far greater distance in a much shorter time frame than any of the other pollinators that we have. So if you think about the distance a bee can travel in a single night, a flying fox can go 50 kilometres in one night. So they're able to spread pollen across that entire landscape. So all of the eucalypt forests that our koalas are so reliant on are actually themselves reliant on flying foxes for the important pollination services.
Following Libby around the camp, as she was pointing out mums with their fresh babies, I couldn't help but wonder why a threatened species would choose to set up shop in the middle of a busy city.
What may have once been a single flying fox camp occupying a larger area, we now see them occupying multiple small remnant patches of habitat in an otherwise urban developed landscape. Many, many years ago, that landscape would have all just been vegetation. So it's almost like it's the illusion of more camps in urban areas as opposed to it being a true increase. I love the weird and the wonderful, and Australia has so many unique species. The fact that flying foxes have been able to take advantage of these green spaces in our urban landscape is quite a spectacle. So how cool to be able to see that in your own backyard. Flying foxes can sometimes be difficult neighbours, but the Saving Our Species program have some really good resources online for understanding how best to live next to these guys. And you never know, the more you learn, you might even learn that you love them.